I guess first of all, do you think you could talk us through your sort of daily nutrition regime?
Yeah, I mean, on a general day, you wake up. I probably have about a four egg kind of scrambled egg, taking 2 of the yolks out. I then have kind of some Fogel bread with peanut butter with that. Maybe a little bit of salad, depending on how tired I am and if I want to do it.
You fancy greens in the morning,
exactly. If
Green
it's cold
springs.
normally. And then we go in and do our kind of weights or something, have a protein shake after that. Then we'll have a refuel at the club, which will be a similar kind of breakfast meal. So it'll be cereals, yogurt, fruit, salad, a type of egg, whether poached, boiled or scrambled, beans, and if we could, either bacon or sausages, but that's a rarity. And then we'd go train, and then we'll have lunch after that, and that'll be kind of a meat-based thing. So you might get a lamb shank, a steak, a chicken, a pork chop, something along those kind of lines. A bit of salad, a bit of potatoes.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah, the old kind of shepherd's pie, all that kind of stuff.
So, are there any particular supplements that you use in there?
Yeah, I mean we use a lot of kind of, for myself throughout the season. Obviously, you put on weight throughout in pre-season. That's probably the biggest you get, and myself, because I lose weight throughout the year, so for me I have the kind of Pro Max products and the Pro Gains and stuff throughout the season, whether it's a Maxi Milk or just your protein bar here, just because it just allows you to have the weight. I have a lot of fish oils as well to try and keep the joints, especially I did my ACL kind of 4 or 5 years ago now, so yeah, you just need to make sure you try and look after yourself as best as possible.
How much can you squat?
I'm actually not great at squatting, to be honest.
What's your best lift?
I don't know. I think I've done about 150 for one on a squat.
Okay.
But you get it's crazy these days. You get the academy kids come in these days and they're kind of doing 180 for about 8, and it pictures the same. It's getting bigger and bigger.
I sometimes feel there is actually a little bit too much emphasis on, in amateur rugby anyway, on hypertrophy and strength training. Sometimes at the expense of injury prevention and recovery and rest. I mean, how much do Quins and England? How much emphasis do they put on that, on the injury prevention side of training and rest and recovery?
Well, I mean, firstly with England, I mean, we do kind of prehab, which would be kind of, for myself, I would do knee work and hip work. Someone like...
Is that a lot of single leg stuff?
A lot of balance stuff, kind of core stuff, all that kind of stuff. Someone who may have had a dislocated shoulder in the past would do shoulder, ankles, all this kind of stuff. So they are specifically suited to what you needed. And then you do that kind of 3-4 times a week, and that would be a 20-minute session. Whether that's first thing in the morning or before your weight session. That's with England. At the club, we do it a couple of times. We do it in weights, so they'll mix it from time to time. Kind of, you might do like a split squat, so for myself, balance and all that kind of stuff. And then you have a prehab, maybe 1 or 2 prehab sessions a week as well. So they both look after it very much so. But of course, to look after the younger guys coming through, you always need to make sure you do look after that.
With all the exciting games that are happening at the moment, do you feel that's a kind of a justification for looking at summer rugby? A global season even? Because obviously it's always the start of every season, aren't there? Cricket scores running up, or is that just teams being a bit rusty?
No, I think that's just a bit of both. Obviously everyone's trying to adapt to it and get used to a new season and get their fitness up and see maybe tackling up or defence up and a bit of tinkering, of course. But no, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way the season goes. It fits in nicely with probably how English rugby is. I mean, we're very traditionally very good with our scrum and line out and all that kind of stuff. And it's about, you look at the Premiership this year and look at the attacking rugby being shown on display, I think, throughout all the teams.
Are you a fan of the new extended TMO rules?
Yeah, I mean, in that first game, it helped us. I think throughout the season, if it's there to make the big decisions right, then I think I'm all in favour for it. I think I mean, you look at the difference between a team qualifying for Europe and not qualifying for the Heineken Cup, then there's financially for the club, you look at potentially relegation, all this thing, people potentially lose jobs, and these kind of decisions have to be made at the end of the day. It's a long season, of course, but if we can get those big decisions right, which have a big implication on certain things, then all the better.
Okay, so if you could create one law that you think would improve rugby, what would it be?
To improve rugby? I don't know, Harlequins, we like to play quick, so I don't know. Yeah,
suppose the 5-second rule already is.
Yeah, 5-second rule helps. Yeah, I think that's a very positive rule.
Have you seen any changes with that? Or is it, do you think
Yeah,
did you guys train for
yeah,
with that in mind?
you train for that and you're ready for that kind of thing. And it is one of those ones where I think it definitely has sped up the game, because teams, where ourselves included, you can run the clock down, especially if you're trying to kill a game. You can, if you're trying to clear your lines, you can wait till everyone's completely in position where and set, where you could have waited kind of 20, 30 seconds, but now the 5-second rule is good, I think.
For you, obviously you've made the transition from 6 to 7, and some people talk about the balance of like the England back row and all that. Where do you feel the different, what do you feel the main differences between those two positions are, having made that change yourself?
I mean, I always think they're pretty similar. Like I said, it's about the balance of the back row and the balance of the team, which needs to be made up. I think you look at kind of 7 and 8, and they've got to obviously be in the first ruck first, and 6 is primarily around the corner. But I mean, every team has a slightly different structure. And I think as long as all three kind of have those skills, so they can all kind of link well together, they can all kind of compete on the ball, they can carry, they can make offensive hits, all these kind of things. It's about having that balance, and then as long as they know how to play off each other and know the game, then yeah.
And do you feel the balance is there for England at the moment?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
it's been a lot of chop
and
change.
It's been
over there,
like I said, it's been a lot of changes, but I think the England squad is evolving. I mean, I think we've still got a lot to give. Of course, we've learned a lot of lessons in the tour to South Africa. Of course, both what went well and what maybe didn't go so well. But hopefully, we can all bring that back and use that in the autumn series.
All the very best of luck with
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.